They fantasize, I analyze, I am the eyes. Yeah, they stand in lie, I stand in truth. That's my I am alive, I am alive, I am alive. I channel God, the frequency lives inside. Delinquencies leap aside, just look inside. I promise you'll find bodies the synagogue. You lie to self, then you sin to God. I take the end of lines, put it in a loop, then I tie a knot. This eternal life, this is Heka'u. We can never die, we are immortalized. They live mortal lives, I am more than man. I have God inside. Whoa. Opened the door and then I got inside. Found my inner child, gave him a hug, told him I love him, we gon' be alright. And then I gave a smile, you made me more than proud. Shed some tears, let us scream aloud, a stand in pride. Grabbed his hand, it was the hand of God, our fingers five. Double time, we put hands to sky. Raise them high, raise them high. This is dua. Praise in self, praise each other. Praise to health, that is the root to wealth. Praise comes from per, and it means to sell. See, that's what preachers do, buying souls, selling hell. Disguised as heaven, pushing P. Differences between prophet and prophecy. The Bible is a prop to see the lies of man, portraying God open-eyed to see. Telling tales of wanderings. I've been wondering, they don't know that we're the real wonders. Miracles, when I speak it thunders. Literal, you feel it under your flesh when your organs start to rumble. Heartbeat, you're listening to vibrations as my heart speaks. Stretch minds, I have far reach. Raj General, this is our me. This is pinnacle. Step on sinister. Everyone is demons these days. Trust me, once you step to us, you will not leave as you came. See, we ain't the same, raising names. Real fame comes from Ba. It means to speak, to say. I have lots to say. My ancestors taught me how to pray. Ask and receive. Given that you live in reciprocity, our Ba shall speak through you to give our message of praise. Hands raised. This is dua. This is dua. Light body emerges Kaaba. Give me high five. Hands up. This ain't a stick up. This is dua. Giving praise. They're only giving praise when they receive a raise. Like thank God. I receive a raise as I rise up every single day. Raise comes from res, giving life the sun's rays, hands embrace. Consciousness extinct, even the ones who think they are woke are still asleep. Resi means to watch and it deals with what you see. Resi means to dream and it's the tongue of the speech. Watch what you speak, bring dreams to reality. Watch tower, watch me tower over with power. This is more than album, this is pure magic. Creation vibrations, layers on layers. Prayers on prayers, demon slayers, soul cakes of fire. Caught up in a rapture like I need a baker. The Lord has risen, watch the bread rise. To give sustenance, I've seen death eyes. The moon is my left eye, praise Yah, dua. This is House of Atim, I don't have a mask on, I'll tell you all what happened. I see they got the facts wrong, flow fluid. Walk with ancestors like Anpu is. Who's this Greek named Anubis? Prove it. I see bodies walking around soulless, clueless. Ani Pata, don't compare me to Steve Jobs, call me Pata Sakar. If you need to do more research, search Ray. Hands in vagina plays when pray. Spitting seeds into the womb to birth and raise. See, that's parades. Give thanks like it's in your hands. Collecting plates, ancient stele. Step through fire, see we trailblaze. Fate and faith, this is knowledge. Facts or flip or fake. Tell me what's at stake to give thanks. Hands raised, this is dua. This is dua. Light body emerges Kaaba. Give me high five. Hands up. This ain't a stick up. This is dua. SCRIBAL Sessions Volume 1. For the record. Open your eye in alignment with time and you'll see the truth like it's a physical thing. From the darkness I arise, so it's not a surprise when you learn of the light that I bring. As above, so below, I find a rhythm and flow as I grow with the pendulum swing. This is the matrix where everyone's faking they sleep here in life while we wake up in dreams. Shedding the skin like a serpent, this work makes it worse at attaining a purpose. While searching internal, examine what all is in me. Most will not make it there, so can I take it? Reality shaking, you've seen what I've seen. Reap what you sow with the weavers of speech, achievers, and this is the read 'em and weed 'em. You cannot read in vibrations that none of them speak. Walk a NETERU, light is feather is heavy to learn that your will isn't free. NETERU willing, I continue to lead with my ebas. I'm sweeping my consciousness clean. Training in realms that are unseen. My aura is some set fire to all of the fiends. Stand on my eye, this is all seeing. I we supply 93, that means we are supreme. Healing through tones on my senses, connecting in this year. Wealthy is health, this is green. This is illusion, reality veiled in delusion. Thoughts become intrusive, it's foolish to not know by now that it ain't what it seems. This is way more than belief. I see clearly the lies. My six senses of sight are hypnotized. No wonder everyone sleeps. Open your eyes. It's time to set off the alarms. The performance self-harm. Don't you know you're a star? God in human form and you rise with the beast. More than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper. Seeing the state of the planet, the damage, the famines expanding beyond your belief. I see they landed, they've handed the people a cannon and aiming it right at your feet. Blowing the hole where you're standing, creating the panic. The tactical planning is deep. Teaching you're only a man and that God is in heaven, the seventh outside of your reach. If you're the question, they'll call you a manic, frantic, erratic, depression, demonic. When you're teaching through the magical speech, they'll call you serpent, the one in the garden. Pardon my knowledge for having the knowledge and prowess to see. He really told the truth to Adam and Eve. You'll have distinction between good and evil if you eat of the fruit of the tree. Now you're a god, open your eye, cleansing yourself so that now you can see. They stole the stories and twisted them like it's a spliff. They put the fire to leaf, I put the fire to speech. I put the fire to heat. We don't do liars and thieves, they just desire to greed. This is my record to keep, this is my throne. You cannot sit in my seat, and I command it. I give more than 10 commandments. This is the law of attraction, and we have infinite stamina. My stage is where I'm standing. This is my eye, God is in me. I only keep goddesses with me. They are the magical beings, they are the holy ones, birthing the gods. We're overcoming the odds. We are the even and odd. They're in the odds, we're in the all. Ancestors answer my prayers, forever grateful. I will forever say thank you. Inspiration to awake the sleepers. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper.
You and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at, and may you rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore. Ma'at.
I look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, don't fly in silence. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu. I am in mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai. I am Shem, Su, Hor, son of NETERU. I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu. I am in mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai. I am Shem, Su, Hor, son of NETERU. Words powerful, Hekau. See, prove you can feel the roots. Gone, just look up, I am proof. Breaking doors down, make some room. But I is now speaking through me and trust me.
Hotep. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to the House of Aten. Ancient Teachings of NETERU presents Scribal Sessions number 16. Heart of Champions, Keep Moving Forward, created by the great PTAH. All right. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to the House of Aten. Ancient Tahuti and Teachings of NETERU presents Scribal Sessions number 16, Heart of Champions, Keep Moving Forward, by the great PTAH. Before I introduce the great brothers on the panel, we will begin as we do every week with our beautiful affirmation. I had a slight echo earlier, guys. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, Anki Emmaat, NS, Nintet or Set Emmaat, Menhepapet Emmaat, Her Inhu Kui, Per Ikut. I live for Ma'at, I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Peace and love, everybody. I'm the mighty Atef Remkem Ma'at, esteemed brethren. As a devoted disciple of the master teacher Tahuti Amenhotep Ra, I humbly serve as your guide and host within the sacred halls of the House of Aten. Each week we gather here to immerse ourselves in the profound teachings of Ma'at, embarking on a journey of enlightenment. Within this sanctuary, we explore the depths of truth, drawing wisdom from ancient artifacts and the profound teachings passed down by the great Tahuti Amenhotep Ra. My commitment extends beyond these gatherings. As a true-hearted devotee, I strive to live and breathe the principles of Ma'at, showing love for my people and resonating with the sacred vibrations of the MDWNTR. I stand as a steadfast guardian of Ma'at, protecting the sacred laws that govern our existence within the House of Aten. Next, we have the mighty Menkur Ra Mary Ma'at is a student of the master teacher Saba Tahuti Amenhotep Ra and a follower of Ma'at. Menkur Ra is the Heb, the festivities organizer here at the House of Aten, cultural enlightenment advisor and a teacher, developer of the pathways to awakening, director and producer of documentaries, researcher of ancient civilizations, and a researcher of the knowledge of spells. Next, we have the mighty Dejed Sajim, Primordial Thought 9 is a seeker of divine wisdom, the wisdom with universal structure, the wisdom that remains the same from every perspective, the wisdom that adapts to any interaction, the wisdom that creates silence, the wisdom that sustains the House of Aten. And our presenter for the night, the mighty Ani Patah Aten Tahuti. Pati, Vizier, Overseer of Administration of the House of Aten, Chief Treasurer, Shesh Nasut, Royal Scribe of Tahuti Amenhotep Ra, Sab Scribe of Ra, Reciter of Aku, Effective Words of Conscious Light, One Grade of Heka, Excellent of Magic, Technology Architect of Tahuti, Bull of Ma'at, Truly Silent One, Controller of Temper, Most Expert in his calling, Protector of the NETERU, Neb Acker, Lord of Excellence, Son of the Great Unifier, Newt, Holder of the Secrets of the Duat, Smaui Sekmi, One skilled in the arts of music and poetry, Him Neta Tepi and Sheshet, High Priest of Sheshet, Saba and MDWNTR, Teacher of the Divine Language, Embodiment of Patah's Writing Board and Tahuti's Mirror, Leader with the Heart, Great of Humility, Servant of the People, Tahuti manifests in him, Heru manifests in him as Patah, Neb Ma'at, Lord of Truth, Shimsu NETERU, Messenger and Follower of the NETERU, Patah Ani Aten Tahuti, a living neter upon earth who lives in Ma'at, Dujed Usir, life, stability, and wealth. Welcome everybody to Study Guide Sundays. Peace, great brothers. How's my sound now?
You sound great. You good.
My mic sound better. I got
Hey.
the mic a little closer.
Hey man, Mike sounds good, man. You good. You set. No
I don't
echoes,
like
no
the
nothing.
position of it where it's at. I might make some more adjustments, but you know, we here, and I'm you know, we do what we do, great brothers. How you feeling, man?
Hey man, feeling well. You know, excited for this Scribal Session 16. Man, that's consistency. Great
16.
16 things, man. And they all be like 2.5 hours plus.
Fire.
Oh, pure hecker.
Pure hecker.
And you know that take time to build. So hey, consistent with it. Hey, I'm excited for what this is gonna be. I need to switch he done got the hair. Hey, hair's on point. I think I seen that style on a book or something, man. I think you know, I read that book. I think I've seen that. Yeah, man. I think I've seen that type of. I've seen that type of hairstyle before, man.
Yes,
so
yes.
yeah, man. He out here making it happen. Definitely excited, man. So yeah, great brother. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling wonderful, great brother. You know, I'm glad to be here. Glad to see all you great brothers. I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I remember when Saba was on, I think it was Killer Priest, and when he was explaining the shape of his beard, and he gave a short class on that of the style of it. I think somebody was being a little disrespectful about it, and he had to correct them and let them know, you know, what it was. And that was my first time, you know, really acknowledging that you know, truly echoing, you know, our ancestors. And that was a whole class. The shape of his of his beard, you know, it was beautiful, man. So yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm definitely you know, working on my project. You know, I gotta push it up a week earlier, so I'm doing that. Definitely truly appreciating Saba's class yesterday. You know, just the work that he does, the example that he sets. It's just you know, it's to me, it's to be echoed. You know, it's to be inspired by, you know, that great brother there, and definitely to be alongside you great brothers, and the great brother Ani, and to witness his expression, you know, and knowledge, and you know, as we grow together, brother, brick by brick. So yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Get some more tones. Hopefully, I don't know. We don't never know what we all doing. You guys know what I'm doing now, right? If you just go to the book, and just whatever story I did last week, I'm gonna do the next one this week. I'm just going page by page, man, because I heard Saba say that too. And you know, the way he reads a book, he goes word by word, you know, like letter by letter, word by word. It's very hard for him to actually sit down and read a book like everyone else does. So, you know, these are the things that I'm learning from. And to Ani for just asking me that question. Well, which story is it? You know, I don't even remember how he asked it, but what story is most important to me? And it made me think everything, every single thing, from down to the style of the way they wore their hair, right? Every story is important. Every example that they left behind is important to me. And I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for you brothers. I'm grateful for Saba. That was excellent, you know, what he's doing. So, you know, I'm just trying to get in where I fit in and just, you know, do my part, you know. So yeah, I'm glad you're here, great brother. Hotep Hinu to the great men, Kuara Mary Ma'at. Be safe, great brother. Look forward to being with you. You there, great brother?
What's up? You talking about Manku?
No, I was asking was you there, because I couldn't see. I'm on a different. You know, I got this technology. Too many. That's a lot of buttons, man.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Like I can't see. When I first started, it was an echo. I'm like, what is echo? And I had everything set up right, and then I had it pulled up. I had to mute it. So yeah,
Oh,
man.
okay. Yeah, no, man. Yesterday's class was most definitely flawless. Me and Gabrielle was watching it again today, and if I'll just recommend those, if you did have a challenging time trying to understand it all yesterday, just put it back on. I'm telling you, it's still fresh within the mind. You know how to cut through, you know what I mean, the bricks and everything, and just go straight to it. So that's a beautiful thing to be able to do. But I know that every person that's consistently, especially been here in this chat, but even other people as well, just to assume that, but everybody here in the chat, I know we could definitely use those teachings to apply them to be able to walk those that are still within that matrix belief system, and try to create a mature conversation with whoever that is. You need to have that conversation with. I think that's a beautiful place to start, and spark curiosity, right? Because I feel like if you can spark curiosity within a person, most of the time they can't help but see, right? They can't help but go check it out, and that's why they create clickbait and all this other stuff, right? That just get people to watch. They create a preview for you on your TV, you know what I mean? So you're just curious about, oh, what's that going? That looks good, right? So if we can do the same, but in Ma'at, a way that we can create that conversation and take them step by step to get that critical thinking going. I think that'll benefit the House of Aten for sure, and not just we just talking about the House of Aten, but man, we trying to rescue consciousness out here, and we not on this Gev for no reason. So it's cool to seize the opportunity, if especially if that situation ever presents itself from here on out. If you spend time in that, you'll definitely have a structured plan per se to be able to go by, some guidance, right? To go by and a conversation starter. So yesterday was cool. So shouts out to our Sabbath Hudiamun Hotep Ra, him and his Aoud. Enjoy your rest day, Saba. Peace and love to you. But yeah, definitely excited. Shouts out to Menku. Be safe out there, great brother. And yeah, hey man, we here, great brother. We here at Tough. You already know.
Peace, Ani.
Hotep, peace. Make sure can I be heard?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you good, brother. Yes.
All right, peace and love, everyone. Hotep, great brothers. Peace and love to everyone in the chat. If everything is clear and you can hear well, please put a 9 in the chat. Make sure you all can.
Too many buttons, man. I mean, you got us on this thing. I don't even know what's going on, bro.
You look like Sorry Nobody when he came into the stream. He was wearing one of those.
Oh, he came on yesterday?
Yeah, he was in the back and he had one of those on, a real one. So,
oh, y'all ain't let him on?
Saba didn't know. He didn't know if it was, but I think he knows now. But yes, Hotep Hindu. Yeah, is everyone in the chat Can y'all hear clear? Please put a 9 in the chat. I don't see the chat moving. Hasn't moved in a while. Make sure everyone can hear and see. Oh, and the Jed, I don't know if you checked your primordial vision, but it's doing well. Brought some new names in the comment section, so Duahenu to you. So we're gonna continue to keep putting those out, and same with Atef. And so yeah, that's phenomenal. Tua to everyone who's supporting the House of Aten and everything that we bring forward on the channel and the website. Okay, Angela Gates puts a 9. Hotep Bray's sister. She the only one here? Where's everyone at? Peace and love to the great Basa Tup Maka Ox Effect, the great Ma'oderator, as well as Amun Ka Tut Tahuti, the great Ma'oderators of the House of Aten, who put all of the links for everyone to visit. So everyone, please make sure you hit the like button and share this to your social platforms. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Everything is in the bio on our flow page. So just click that and it'll take you to all of our socials. So Uncle Ja Seneb, looking forward to what this will bring. Hotep Nukpu Nukpu, Ma'at Hotep NETERU. All right, so the support link is pinned to the top of the chat. So please, everyone, if you appreciate what is taking place here and all that is being created and organized, please show your support. And for those of you who want to assist in other ways as well, reach out to me. And we'll definitely work on some things. So Tua, Hotep, and Monroe. And I need my stream deck. Keeps doing something, but I need it to not do that. So hopefully it'll work. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here very soon. So we can get into this. I don't know how long this is gonna be. I'm gonna flow through it, and we're gonna see. So yeah, I'll pass it to the great brothers. Oh, one more thing, houseofaten.org. Please go in and get your merch and everything else that we have there. Utilize your Hotep points, save some money, and also Karu. The Karu members automatically get discounts on the website. So for those of you who are part of the Kur, utilize that as well, when you go to check out. So Tua, and make sure that is everything before. Yeah, I think we're good, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I'll go big screen, and then I'll pass it to the great brothers for a moment to allow them to speak to you all, and then we'll continue. So you great brothers have any announcements before I go big screen?
Hey, just to echo, everybody check out the website, houseofaten.org. Get your merch. Any custom things you want, just send the email to the great brother Patah. Have a conversation about that. See what we can do, and definitely, like I said, grateful for this. And yeah, I need Tua for that. I have been checking out the Awakening video, see how that's doing, and yeah, That's definitely very nefer. It definitely gives one, extra energy to put forth to creativity. So yeah, so that's a beautiful thing. So Tua for that, Tua for bringing that to my attention. But yeah, I'm good, great brother.
What's up, great brother? Yeah, we ready, good brother. Definitely looking forward to Nefer Tones by the great PTAH. So let's go, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Yo, let's go.
All right, so this, let me switch here. Tua Hinu to the great Minku Ara, Mary Ma'at, sending you much sa, protection, great brother. All right, so let's switch over. Let's switch over here. And all right. All right. So yes, we are ready. Uncle Jasaneb, Uncle Jed Usir, to everyone. Life, stability, wealth, prosperity, power to you all. Tua for being here, and Tua for your attention within these sessions, and for everyone who supports and appreciates what's coming forth, because it's as you heard the Jed, it's a frequency and an energy thing that really helps when it comes to creating, because it's not too much supported in the matrix, right? The matrix is not built to support that. It's built to support that which destroys you. So creation itself isn't supported. So Tua to everyone who does. And yeah, within this session here is a very special one. A very special one for me. And I'm just excited to bring you all on the journey that I'm traversing, and to be able to receive how I compartmentalize my studies, my life, my ankh, and the continuous kepara that takes place within the hidden state, right? And all of the work that is done that's not seen. And for this particular session is a powerful starting point for me that I'll be able to reflect back on years later, and point to this session here as a tepi for something else. And part of this aku that I'm in, part of this frequency that I'm in, of Pekka Imku, this ritual that I take very seriously. Within that has brought forward some powerful things for me, and one of those things are a spoken word piece that I wrote in 2017 that I lost, and I haven't been able to find it. I think there was right around 2021, around there. I had a specific notebook, and I actually ended up losing all of my writings within that notebook. It might have been a little earlier than that, 2019, 2020, around there. But I lost all my writings, all my poetry up to that point. And just recently, I was able to find, well, it found me. And it's a beautiful thing because as an artist, one thing about me is I never created music or poetry for just putting out for other people, especially on record, right? I always did live in-person performances. That's all I did. I did recordings, but I always kept them to myself. I always kept the music to myself because I realized that as the type of artist I am and the frequencies that I tap into allows me to do some powerful hecka that is just for me. So I write a lot for me to listen back in the future. And at first it was subconscious. It was a subconscious thing that took place. And then I started to realize when I would listen back to my records or my poetry, it would sound and feel as if I was talking to myself. And that was a very powerful and enlightening thing that I became aware of. So once that took place, as I tap into my writing and the tone that Sabo was playing in the podcast yesterday, those type of tones, that's what I write my poetry to. Just tones and frequencies, and it puts me in a zone, and that's what I write to. Fun fact. But with this particular tone that I'm gonna perform for you all is one that, again, is just another variation of that. And as I found it and I was listening to it and I was talking to myself and guiding myself through the tones, which is why, again, that's why I always created my tones. It wasn't for everyone else at all. And as I began to come forward more into the public, I started to recognize that others also appreciate these type of tones. So that was the beginning of putting together Scribal Sessions, was because I realized that there are those of you who appreciate the type of hecka that goes into these tones. So for just a little bit more context, as I wrote this in 2017, it was a very pivotal time in my Ankh. 2016 was the year of my awakening, and so within these tones, it was rooted in pure Marie. As a lot of my journey through my awakening process was very, as it always has been, but extremely lonely and unrelatable to anyone. and I had to figure things out by pure experimentation. And when it comes to that, you have to have faith and belief in yourself to go into something like that and not have any knowing of what's on the other side of that, and just believing in yourself to stand as you are and to keep moving forward as a light being, and you'll come out on the other side greater. And that's what I was doing. And I started to recognize that the people around me were not relatable anymore. And with that came this piece, as well as the healing journey of finding self-love. Learning how to love self is a journey. It's a daily journey that became a focal point for me. And so my first business venture that I went and started to create, the subtitle for it was Love Yourself. And that was my focus, because I understood that you won't receive it from others outside of you, especially if you don't have it for yourself. So that's all I became obsessed with, was learning how to do that. And so this is just a manifestation of that. And I hope you all can enjoy. So before I do it, I'm going to bring the brothers back on the panel to allow me to prepare shortly. It won't take long. And so I'll bring them back up so I can prepare this and give you all an experience, and also test my limits and see what I can do. So Hotep Great, the Jets, the Jim.
Peace. Sorry, it's a little delay. I'm watching on YouTube. I mute the OBS, and then I was like, "Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I'm a little behind." I said, "Hold on, wait a minute." Yeah, hey, Hotep, the new great brother. Take your time for that wonderful introduction right there. Definitely, creativity can definitely be creativity can really speaks honesty, especially if you're a writer. You're writing and you keep those things private to yourself. Those are those tones. Those are those. That's that MDW that's pure. And I know that's the reason why I gravitate to PTAH's tones, because it's no fluff to it, right? Like you can cut on majority of the tracks now that the Matrix has to offer, and most of it is a lot of fluff, and you'll have a lot of like real MCs that will tell you that, like industry ain't really what people think it is, and so, but you can tell, and a lot of it is ego driven, and pump one's chest up, you know what I mean, and it's majority about trashing another while one pushes forward. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to to be able to get something pure from the Eve. And I'm definitely grateful for that. Ani, if you can hear me, try to mute your mic. Your mic is still unmuted. But yeah, but everything is it's a wonderful thing to be able to be a part of this. And I'm definitely appreciative and honored to be able to witness this, witness a great brother like PTAH to express from the Eve and show forth that creativity. Because like we all know, one could have easily took the Matrix route and just went down that route and just been another quote unquote artist in the game of the Matrix. So it's an effort thing to be able to witness this. And I don't say these things because I'm part of the House of Atom, right? And I'm up here with these brothers. I don't say those things for that. I just won't speak on it if you know what I mean. I won't speak on something if I don't like something, right? So it's just silence from me when it comes to that. But this right here, man, I'm really serious. Like I know every track that PTAH has put out, right? I listen to it on a daily basis. And each tone that he brings forth doesn't cease to, you know what I mean, amaze me. And it's an effort thing, and I'm just happy that I know him, right? I'm happy that that, you know, if I got a question about a track, hey, I can hit him up and ask him. Like, I can hit him up and be like, yo, man, what you was talking about with this? Or like, what you mean by this? And I'll get the full breakdown on it. And I think that's an additional, you know what I mean? Like, everybody don't get that, right? Like, everybody don't get to converse with an artist and be able to just, you know, get a detailed explanation on a particular verse, right? So it's a beautiful thing, man. Everybody, don't forget to like the channel. Don't forget to support. Like I said, the creativity is about to be definitely brought to you all. So don't forget to thumbs up this and be ready. I don't care if you got to put your headphones on, get your TV right, get whatever you're using. Just be able to set some time to the side real quick and get that creativity. Get something that's pure from the Eve that you won't be able to get. You're just not able to get from other people. So, like I said, it's a beautiful thing. Shouts out to the House of Atos. Y'all know we here. Y'all know it's about living in one's gift. It's about maturing in one's gift. It's about, you know, keep moving forward. Perseverance, accountability. It's about imbuing oneself within our PAUT. Imbuing ourselves with the ancestors because they put their time in and left us an example, and we are doing that here. So all of these things are recorded. People who show up to be, you know what I mean, show up to this and it's brand new to them. It's leading by example. It's leading by example to our children, to those future children. It's all being recorded and it's all being, it's coming forth as conscious light, you know? So yeah, like I said, don't forget to like the channel and be ready for that hekau. Y'all already know. Y'all ready? Let me get some nines in the chat. Let me know y'all ready. I see Hush Nation ready. He already threw up 2 of them joints. He threw up 2 9s already. He ready to go. Let me get some 9s in the chat. Let me know that y'all ready. Hey,
2 9s.
Hey, he threw up 2 9s, man. Hey, shouts out to Nook Poo, yo. Shut it down last night.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Hey, shouts out to Nook Poo. He dropping G's. Hey, he out there. Hey, Nook Poo. Shouts out. Salute to you, my guy. My great brother. Shouts out to Nook Poo. Hey, peace and love to you, great brother. Definitely your Eve is very very powerful, great brother. So Tua to you, man. Tua for just that, Tua for just that energy, man, that you sending, great brother. Shouts out to you, man.
I definitely echo that. That was great because you know, we definitely got to keep Saba here, and you know, we all on that same frequency. So yeah, that was phenomenal work. Tua for setting that example. And I text Saba. I don't know if he got in my phone tripping, but I text him like, you know, I look forward to seeing more of that consistency as we grow and evolve. You know, because as Saba pointed out so many times before, it wasn't the land that built the people. It was the consciousness, the collective consciousness of us, of our ancestors that built that great culture and society. So, you know, that's what we're doing over here. And I definitely want to give Nook Poo shout out for that, because that was definitely an example to be followed. And yeah, I man, that was great, brother, because I just want to learn and grow and be better and evolve and, you know, become that netter that I'm to be. And I want that for all of you as well. So Hotep Henu to you and all the great supporters, everyone that supports the House of Aten, and everybody that's on this frequency. Is Ani ready? Come join us, House of Aten.
Hey, Ani's ready.
Teachings and NETERU. Back to the source. We the original Axemen. Let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
I see virtual reality and real life scenes simultaneously. I see virtual reality, real life scenes simultaneously. You don't feel, I will put that ing if need be, still into creating that feeling. That's a responsive action of the moment, keep up with me. If you do or don't feel, you think you're of some type of knowing. I know better, I don't flow for showboating. Just a poet who is one of the ones chose, showing what's unknown to the open openly. Seem like only few are on the planet or closer approaching. But I love being a loving being, and for that they hate to love me, but that's all I'm accepting. I make them do more than like me. Birth with a hole in my heart, but full of life. Wasn't just born to die, just an early sign I'm on a search for it wasn't gonna find. Some of them told me keep my mouth closed, what I speak of is way too frightening, but it isn't, no not to me. So to the woke and to the opposed, on me it's all eyes froze. We got what they want, the feeling's enticing. Spoken word poet, but doesn't need a word spoken, you can feel what's flowing from them. Positivity rules all. Not 1 second of my energy goes towards any of that negativity. That's why I keep it grounded, and yet it still tries to be around me. It's not seeking, nor am I hiding. Often that falsifies itself to come out to create the same outcome. Outcome, the smile and wisdom. Brighten up the night, it's only in some. Wealthy soul, limitless income you can't steal from. It's steady incoming. Hatred and sin will always still attempt to come again. Make it move around, 10 toes down, uplifted, but still standing ground. But not at a standstill. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed, converting what's around you from standing still but moving around still like a windmill. The light in me was shocking, control of the chakra. Feel, see, hear the sound, lightning and thunder. I'm far too far from them. Defined by divinity, I dive in it and don't ask why. Do I make that loud and clear, or are you deaf in it? I've complied, since fate all the time. So now my life is really made, self-made, never alive. I can't die, that's the true meaning of divine. Love is all I'm giving out, I won't give in. Not allowed around me, if from you that's not what I get. What you feel I'm not against, but no, that's not what I'm with. Way back when fear hid in me, fearless was learning to fear less. But one thing's for certain, had no feeling, still fell in that ceiling. Now no more fear is hiding in them, fearless to the deeper meaning now. I know they have to see it cause it's flowing, leaking out. Life's achievement, persevere through believance now. They took the easy way, I took the scenic route. Every single moment up to now led me to now. Before you start to ask yourself how, remember a time before when you asked yourself how? Now take a look around. You still made it to now, but really don't know how, just somehow. My point is, don't put any more energy on what you doubt. I'm forever protecting, my soul's impregnable. Fearless, I don't even fear God no more, for God is love, and that is what gives me all my confidence. That knowing only comes from being loveless. Acceptance of that from my mother was the toughest. That time in my life was the roughest. Left a hole in my soul the size from a ball of a musket. Now I can't do nothing but love it, ain't that something? Some things don't have an answer. If it don't need it, then don't believe it. If you see it, then believe it. Got this profit stained in gold, comes from all that drainage, even after I gained it. Made copies of the key, I repeatedly received crater-sized holes. Gold slow, draining from my soul. Broke through from the fist of those, played from the sides of both. They just don't know. Saliva getting thick, so no wonder when I spit, whoever it hits gets stone froze. Eyes closed, mind roams. Boy, I'm burning in my soul. I had to open up the 8th gate and control that rage. Even so, death ain't in my scroll. Mike got sensei. No satanic soul can even come close. So no, that's gaining profit. A true prophet. Got my aura sorta leaning towards more of life. I'll give whatever's west that's left in me, to make sure we're all east that's right. I write from what's left of me after a moment of enlightening. Stay woke, don't get pulled in being in the north too long, that's your brain. Storming forces magnified, there's no ending. No black and white flag on that pole. That's why I can't forget the south too. That's your feet. That reminds me I'm a divine being, DNA still one of many hues. Obstacles for you I'm walking through, never running. There's nothing that can get near me. Third eye season 360 twice. Still keep a backup for the fronting. Went from the back up to the front, and now I won't lose that lead. Add that ER, this is now an emergency. A leader that moves spontaneously, but not for I think, even though at times my feet float with no permission from me. Let that sink. Yes, I was chosen. Won't break, might bend, won't fold. My only comfort nowadays comes from writing alone. That's my self-therapy. When no one can, that's the only thing that truly helps me. Then they try to bottom shelf me, being solely on longevity will mutate common friends to opposing enemies. I'm forced to do the listing. No one wants to do that. That's why we as a people are missing. Stop the chit in the chat just for a second, please. Stay hours on in for that 10, Second Snapchat, snap back to reality. Take a step back from social and be more social. It's just a proposal, and every time I propose it, I always get told no. I guess it's hard to let go. I guess it's just halting their growth. They just don't know. Maybe it'll take more than one need, but now I'm not begging, I won't plead. Forever standing all alone, always got along with everyone, but now I'm a loner. But this isn't free, this love, I give it for free, it's not a loner. I had plenty of it for you to receive, I'm enough for me, even though at times it can get lonely. Don't want to always lie alone, I know patience is of the essence. One day I'll be blessed with a woman so full of life that she'll leave me breathless, who can receive but also give me a message, learn and also teach a lesson, perform and create the session, mix and master the progression, grow with the tools given. Maybe she has a couple of kids and maybe she might be killers. Maybe she's even giving this a listen. Maybe she's even closer than I know, or maybe she's on the opposite side of the globe, or maybe I'm just tripping. For all I know, there is no day of birth. Sunny listing. Listing all the things I want to enter conversation about that's interesting me. Gifted raps, no gift rap. I'm held when open. Don't poke or stick. Swift tap, a swift tap. Swift tap. Considering of what's afterlife. All might is one for all in every chapter of life. I'm after insight before it's out of sight, out of mind. But by the time it's my time for my body to no longer belong to me, I have done my job to the best of my knowledge. But for me, that won't be the ending. As much as I feel strong about what I know, for me this isn't the beginning, and I know it's what I believe. I see him stand up trembling. Just grant me one thing, whatever you seek, just make sure you believe. Don't waste time with contradictions, that's important. If properly imported into the universe, you'll know that power it holds. Now imagine how strong you'd be if love and positivity were the only thing to be and put out and receive. Where would we be as a people? 1. As the third planet from the sun, that's no coincidence. 2. 3-word sentences. God is love and love is law. Third eye, your third eye will lead you to a higher consciousness. 1. Third planet from the sun, that's no coincidence. 2. 3-word sentences. God is love and love is law. Thirdly, a third eye will lead you to a higher consciousness. I promise it. Before you can find an answer, you gotta acknowledge what the problem is. Accept it for what it is, then you must embrace it. Before evolving can become evolved inside your body. See the bigger picture, but I guess it's not time for them to see what really is in the depth of the sea. Love runs more than deep. It's not impossible, it's possible. Why? Because I'm making it possible. It's more than plausible. Understanding the power of attraction. Love will find its way back when that's all you have to attract in. Let me tell you what that means. There are spells within the spellings before you can attract either inside or out. Before love can even be, attraction is the key. I at all times put it out and found my true purpose and meaning. And if it's religion that they need, then listen to more than what the preacher speaks, please. Let me teach to spread love. This is all we will ever need, it's more than enough. Trust, ask around, I don't really talk much. Our bodies are our temples. Let the gods live through thy temples. Open all gates and flood self with love. You will immediately feel what I speak of. It's executed every second of life, you're blessed. This is more to you than just practice. An immortal thing that will set us all free. It's what my kids receive from me. So it's all what they will give to their friends and family. It's all growing and it starts with me. By being sure, I'll ensure it's spreading. It's time to change things, but why not try something different? I cannot say that this is new, it's always been here. But I guess it's the secret to life. Break free from the prison like mine. Get to enter into 3 sides from 3 prisms. This came to me from all around, not just from above. The moment God flooded my temple. All right, mic check. Mic check. Are we back? Are we back? Everyone put a 9 in the chat if you can hear me. All right, there we go. All right, to our Hotep, everyone. All right, everyone can hear. We are back. Okay. Apologies for that. There's a lot that goes into transitioning into what you all see. It's very hard, and I forgot one step. But we are back. So let us begin. To everyone for your patience. All right, here we are. Welcome to SCRIBAL Sessions. We are at number 16. A class invented to give honor and praise to the great scribes of Ma'at, the creators of the world's very first spiritual language, poetry, and much, much more. In today's session, I will place a focus on a particular writing that teaches some of the most relatable material today. Welcome to the Matrix. On the other side of this door are answers of how to obtain the power over chains of the mind. In a time when the Matrix is in full effect, it is imperative that once one becomes aware of this fact, that you begin being able to do something about its effect on you. Today's mentality is actually separate from health itself. This is why there is something called mental health, when in fact health roots within the mental. Depression, anxiety, bitterness, long-term grief, trauma, self-destruction, sadness. These are just some of the words that would find itself under the umbrella of mental illness. Right? So, yes, today is this big thing called mental health. And we have forgotten that health in itself is attached directly and rooted within the mental. And of course, in today's time, that is taken away for specific reasons. And we'll get into some of them within this class. So please everyone hit the like button if you are here. Share this out. So let's get into it. What does the word mental even mean? What does the word mental mean? Mental, early 15th century. In, of, or pertaining to the mind, characteristic of the intellect. From late Latin, mentalis, of the mind. From Latin mens, genitive mentis, mind, from pi root men, meaning to think, right? Same as the root word of music, right? Going to muse, connecting to men, meaning to think. In Middle English, also, of the soul, spiritual. From 1520s, as done or performed in the mind, meaning crazy or deranged, is by 1927. And probably from combinations such as mental patient, 1859, mental hospital, 1891, mental health is attested by 1803. mental illness by 1819, and mental retardation by 1904. So you can see here how within these much later times, 1800s into the 1900s, where mental was then attached to a patient, illness, retardation, and taking away the foundational root meaning, right? And turning it into something isfet, something that is of isfet, right? So when someone says, oh, you're mental, it's usually utilized in a negative way, right? And so here we see in the actual definition, in the etymology, right here when coming into the Middle English, also of soul and spirit, right? So the mental in today's time is recognized as something that's solely attached to the brain. And that's a completely incorrect misconception. And one of the reasons why there are so many difficulties in working through what the matrix places on one person as a mental patient, all right? Dealing with all of the things that I just pointed out. Shoo! How many people suffer from this thing called mental illness? So here we are in the National Library of Medicine, National Center for Biotechnology Information. Mental illness in adults, Figure 1. Scientists estimate that 1 of every 4 people is affected by mental illness, either directly or indirectly. And so let's look at some of these numbers here. According to recent estimates, approximately 20% of Americans, or about 1 in 5 people over the age of 18, suffer from a diagnosable mental disorder in a given year. 1 of 5 people are diagnosed with some form of mental illness. 4 of the 10 leading causes of disability, major depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and obsessive compulsive disorder, are mental illnesses. About 3% of the population have more than one mental illness at a time. About 5% of adults are affected so seriously by mental illness that it interferes with their ability to function in society. These severe and persistent mental illnesses include schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, other severe forms of depression, panic disorder, and OCD. Approximately 20% of doctors' appointments are related to anxiety disorders, such as panic attack. 20%, 1 of 5. 1 in 5 people. That's an extremely high number. 8 million people have depression each year. 2 million Americans have schizophrenia disorder, and 300,000 new cases are diagnosed each year. Right? So these are some staggering numbers given by the National Library of Medicine to showcase this mental illness that is taking place and that is affecting at least 1 in every 4 people on the planet. And this is something that, of course, flies under the radar because when one is experiencing one of these disorders or illnesses, then it can become difficult to work through and to begin to understand how this is something that is created within self. And, you know, big pharma, which, you know, I won't touch on, but that is a huge reason as to why diagnosis happens. And I know for a fact that certain doctors utilize their ability to prescribe for different reasons. And all of this again is lost, especially to just the average person who really just wants to live good. But with the matrix in full effect the way that it is, it's easy to get siphoned within that world and to take away accountability from self. So let's look at these numbers, right? This is mental illness in adults. So let's go to the children. Let's look at the numbers of the children and the adolescents. Mental illness is not uncommon among children and adolescents. Approximately 12 million children under the age of 18 have mental disorders. The National Mental Health Association has compiled some statistics about mental illness in children and adolescents. Mental health problems affect 1 in every 5 young people at any given time. An estimated 2/3 of all young people with mental health problems are not receiving the help that they need. Less than 1/3 of the children under the age of 18 who have serious mental health problem receive any mental health services. As many as 1 in every 33 children may be depressed. Depression in adolescents may be as high as 1 in 8. Suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death for 15 to 24-year-olds, and the 6th leading cause of death for 5 to 15-year-olds. Schizophrenia is rare in children under age 12, but it occurs in about 3 of every 1,000 adolescents. Between 118,700 and 186,600 youths in the juvenile justice system have at least one mental illness. 1 of the 100,000 teenagers in juvenile detention, an estimated 60% have behavioral, cognitive, or emotional problems. So, when looking at these numbers and these statistics, creates a different type of energy, because it's a direct result of the matrix. It's a direct result of lack of accountability for self, and as that continues, it gets passed down, and the lack of healing needed to be done also gets passed down, right? When we're all here, right? We're all doing what we're doing. We're all working on self, expanding, kepara, growing, and come from a place. And where we are now is what's getting passed on to whoever is around us and the next. And that is ma'at, right? That's healing, that's mer, that's mari, that's love and positivity, peka mku. Removing of that is fed. But on the other end, on the large majority, it's the negative that continues to get passed down into children, that grow into adults that pass it down to their children. And because of that, we have these type of numbers here where one of the leading causes for death in 5 to 15 year olds, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, is suicide here, as we see in Mental Illness in Children and Adolescents and the National Library of Medicine, governmental website of biotechnology. And this is because of the Matrix, and that's why we are here to first awaken self, put self in position to be able to do something against that which does something against you, right? Learning how to protect self, right? It's what we learn in these classes. Protection, guidance, cleansing, calmness, collection of the mind, organization, right? The opposite of what the Matrix brings forward. And when you're not aware of what we learn in these classes, in these sessions, in the Tahuti Pa class, by being a Shimsu, a follower of Ma'at, a Shimsu Ebe, a follower of the Ebe, as just a regular person out, you're completely vulnerable to all of the forces that need to utilize you as a battery, right? As Morpheus showed, and how humans are siphoned, and their energy, their aku, is contained, and all of this happens within a hidden space. All of this happens unconsciously for most people. And from my own personal experience in being in certain situations where I'm the single being there, standing on purity, and the energy and the aku around loves that, right? And as you become more observant, and you go to certain spaces, you're able to feel your energy being taken. You're able to feel thoughts enter into your mind, and it's very sneaky, and this is how it happens a lot of times. So I've had a lot of time to an experience to filter through what causes a thought like this, right? What causes a thought like that? To be able to remove oneself, right? Especially at 5, 6, 7. Third leading cause from 15 to 24. Young. And it's a frequency, it's an energy, right? It's the siphoning of the battery. Once the battery is siphoned of its energy, we say that battery is dead. And when it comes to me and my journey, you know, I've been in different spaces, and I've experienced thoughts enter in, and I was able to recognize that it was from an outside source. And it's one particular time that I'm speaking about that really snapped me into that knowing, because it wasn't just a soul experience. There, other people experienced it around me, and that was a lot of the things that validated my own experience, that put me in particular a knowing, and I was able to practice and train within that space, silent, as the ones around me are doing what they do, and I'm observing and learning and watching, because from the very beginning I always have been a being of light, a being of fight, and I never gave any leeway or any space for the Isfet to take control of my thought process and change me and who I am. And my energy and frequency when going around people would help them, you know. The people that were closest to me were people that I loved and people that I wanted to save, and that was a lot of responsibility to take on. But I took it on, and I did what I did, and I trained, and I studied, and I observed. Real life experience, no books, no teacher, it was me, and a knowing of a world that is dark and evil in that tone, in that frequency, and knowing that I stand on purity. And so I was able to get a lot of knowledge about that world and how it can, and how it does place itself within the minds of people, especially youth. And the youth have a different type of connectivity to the unseen realm because they're closer to it and they're not as filled with poison as for such a long time. So a lot of children have, you know, different high abilities, such as sight, and these things can appear. And this is my own. I've seen it and experienced it in real life multiple times. I have many real life stories. And within that knowing and learning, it automatically put me in a position of what do I do about this? How do I combat something? How do I combat something that you can't grab? And how do I keep these young ones safe and prepare them? Right? I'm still learning how to do it. I still have to make sure that that my fortress is firm, that my walls are strong, and that my heart, my Eve, is focused, and I don't get lost within the mission that I was on. And so, you know, during this time, 2016, when the veil was ripped open for me, and I was in a world alone, surrounded by what you would call negative conscious energy, and seeing it siphon the aku, the energy from people, and visit children, and enter into the mind and project thoughts to make you make decisions that aren't yours. So when you come, you know, when I come into a house and I'll leave that there, but this is what happens, and it's all hidden and unseen, and this is what causes the thought within someone to begin to remove themselves from the planet. So I will now take you to the oldest attestation of a mental battle with life and death. So we can look at some ancient writings of what this discussion looks like prior to the Matrix, prior to the consumption of the evil. So let's look at what happens, within a space of Ma'at at the forefront, and how that conversation takes place. So this is Papyrus Berlin 3024. One full, there's one papyrus here, and there's some fragments, and we actually just found some more fragments that goes to the beginning of this papyrus. So for a long time, the beginning was missing, but we just recently was able to find some to read the beginning. So, but this is Papyrus Berlin 3024, which is Dialogue of a Man with His Soul. And this is from ethicsofsuicide.library.utah.edu, digital archive of records, an educational website of Utah. And here we are, 1937 to 1759. The didactic tale, Dialogue of a Man with His Soul, also referred to as a debate between a man tired of life and his soul, or a dispute over suicide, is believed to have been composed sometime during the 12th dynasty, 1937 to 1759 BC, of the Middle Kingdom in Egypt, 2040, 1759 BCE, probably toward its end. The only copy of the papyrus scroll that survived is incomplete. The beginning of the text is missing, and numerous lacunae make this text very difficult to translate, inviting sharp differences in interpretation. While scholars do not agree about the overall meaning of this masterpiece of the Egyptian literature, almost all, if not all, do agree that a man is tired of his life and is expressing his wish to go to the West, to the afterlife. His Ba, most commonly translated as soul, is not willing to help him. Right, so this is a very powerful writing here, and so let's get into it. All right, here we are, and so this is a conversation again with the Ba and the Kat, the body, a dialogue back and forth. So I open my mouth in response to my Ba. And so right prior to this is where the missing pieces are. But we do have more of it now. And so the Ba was speaking, and so now the Kat is speaking directly to the Ba. So what is the Kat saying? This has become too onerous for me today. My Ba is not in accord with me. This is even worse than opposing me. It is like forsaking me. But my Ba shall not depart. He must stand now as my defense in this. I shall restrain him in my body as with a net of rope. Never shall he succeed in fleeing on the day of anguish. But behold, my Ba would deceive me, but I heed him not, while I am impelled toward a death whose time has not come yet. He flings me onto the fire to torment me. And so we see that the Ba is wanting to depart, right? The Ba is wanting to leave the body. It's not in accord. The Ba is not in accord with the body. I shall restrain him in my body as with a net of rope. All right, with the binding, the restraining of the ba. And so we see that within the writings as well, right? And the importance of the net, which is the Medu word net, meaning to bind or to restrain. Also rope, a net of rope to tie something together, but the rope itself, but also to restrain something is the word net or nut. All right, creating neath. And here is a beautiful image of Tuya and Yuya. Very powerful papyrus, per Imheru. Here, as we see them standing in adoration to Asar. And so what else is on this papyrus is this right here, right? You can see the net here, and you see the ba standing on top of the net. Right, representing of making sure that it is restrained and contained, right? The ba is a beautiful teaching. It gets real deep when diving into the ba, and as well as nets, right? And the purpose of nets and what we all use them for, and in both reasonings of collecting something for self, but also gathering isfat, both. But here you see the ba standing on top of this net here on the per Imheru of Tuya. And yet he shall be within me on the day of anguish. He shall stand with me in the west as one who perfects my happiness. Though he would now depart, yet shall he return. My ba is senseless in disparaging the agony in life, and impels me to death before my time. And yet the west will be pleasant for me, for there is no sorrow there. Such is the course of life, and even trees must fall. So trample down my illusions, for my distress is endless. Tahuti will judge me, he who satisfies the NETERU. Kants will defend me, he who records the truth. Re will hear my words, he who guides the sunbark. Istes will defend me in the sacred hall, for my longing is too intense to bring me any joy, and only the NETERU will purge my innermost pain. And so when reading this literature, you see a back and forth between the ba and the what they call the man. And there's a sway within the conversation. So first, we see the ba saying, we're ready to get out of here. And the man is saying, no. And then it ends up switching, right? Just showing how malleable self-dialogue can be, and how much of an influence can change your impression, even within self-talk. And that's a very real thing. And that's the importance of knowing a foundation, and having a foundation that one can stand on, and having the seka'u memory of that. So when in moments of despair, you can always stand firm on what it is that you know, right? And without that, it's easy to go from left to right from left. It's easy to be swayed. For longing is too intense to bring me any joy, and only the NETERU will purge my innermost pain. The debate between a man and his soul presents the inner struggle of a man who is attracted by the thought of death as a release from great personal distress, but uncertain and fearful of the consequences a premature death might have for his afterlife. Initially, it is the Ba who argues for death, pointing out the state of the Khat, and to allow the Peshjet judge unbiasedly. The Khat resists because it would rob him of the opportunity to properly provide for self within the afterlife. So again, initially it is the Ba who argues for death, pointing out the state of the Khat and to allow the Peshjet judge unbiasedly, which is at the beginning of that papyrus there. And it speaks about the unbiased tongue, and the Ba saying, well, you're saying you want to leave, then okay, we'll just leave it up to the NETERU. We'll just leave it up to the Peshjet to judge. And the Khat's like, well, no, I don't want to rob you. I don't want to rob my Ba of the opportunity to provide for self within the afterlife. So this person is thinking about the afterlife. And this is what stops, at least from what we can read here, and adds reasoning into this emotional state, right? That one may be in when these thoughts are, and this dialogue is taking place within you. And there's reasoning here. He's thinking towards the future and what's next, something that's missing today, right? And knowing about that there is in fact other forms of experience outside of the body, and one continues to be able to exist when you're out of the Khat, knowing that as a fact, and through practice and being able to experience certain things by utilizing the practice that Ma'at teaches, you attain an inner knowing, and it makes you place in the logic of, well, what's next after? And this is something that's missing, right? It's missing today, that this thought doesn't go through the minds of the youth. They don't go through the minds of the ones who enact this motion here. This isn't a thought, and so this is a problem, right? And this is one of the ways to combat that frequency, right? Is to do what we do, right? And continue to teach, but more of the NETERU, of the Pa'u, of the Ka, of the Ba, right? And how these different forms of who make up who we are conscious, and we have the ability to communicate with these different consciousness of ourselves. And the Ebe, when one starts to begin to look at yourself as that, it starts to answer a lot of questions, right? A lot of the whys that come into the mind when in certain situations that may be difficult or you're working through. It's like, why? And we actually have the ability to ask that question to the different parts of ourselves to receive the answer, just like we have in this papyrus here, just like we have in this writing of a real life dialogue. And I can attest to that. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, to know. And so with this lack of knowledge, and with the implementation of the matrix and religion, it removes one from their own ability to heal self, to work through things themselves, and to be able to be logical and think something through within a state of emotion, even if you're beat up, right? You're down, you're feeling down, as this man here is, and is wanting to go to the NETERU, because we know of the beauty that exists there. But the beautiful thing about this writing is, because he was able to work through it, he's then able to actually be able to experience that, because the work has to continue to be done here, right now, within what you have available to you now. And without the work being done, it's not going to be given to you, just like anything else. And a lot of people like to assume that that this thing that we call life is supposed to be some easy travel, some easy walkthrough, and there's no journey of the fight when we are within a matrix, when we're within a system that is always constantly, every single day, working to fight you non-stop. You know, whether we want to ignore it, cut it off, say it's too hard, let me go the easy route and just chop everything off, right? Take that blue pill, return back as if everything was as it was and nothing changed. When in fact, of course, it's the illusion, right? And so every single day is a battle, and that's something that I accepted many years ago, and something that I stand on, and will continue to stand on. And as we continue to learn and implement, it becomes more imperative. The NETERU are warriors, right? So coming into Ma'at, even prior, coming into Ma'at and learning about the NETERU and in my studies, and it's always about a battle of Isfat, right? And being able to remain calm and enlightened and pure and light within self. And that can only take place with the necessary works. And this person knew that, even in the middle of the discussion and the battle and the debate with himself, that of course is influenced by the energy around. This time in the matrix, today, is exponentially otherworldly larger, right, than what it was in Tamaray, when you look to your left and to your right, and your neighbor is a Shimsu, right, follower of Ma'at. And even within that time, we always taught Isfat, right? We taught about Apep. We taught about the contendings. We taught about the battle, right? When we read the Purim Haru, when we go into the writings of the Amduat, you see the NETERU with knives. You see with nets. You see the battle that takes place in the afterlife. So if it's a battle that's taking place there, to be able to travel and get to the Seket Aru, to the Seket Hetep, to the land of peace, when one is truly at peace, and what it takes to get to that point is a journey of battle. And of course, this is just a reflection of the energetic realm, right? For longing is too intense to bring me any joy, and only the NETERU will purge my innermost pain. What my Ba said to me. So now the Ba is responding to the body, to the Khat. The Ba is responding to the Khat, to you. Because at first the Ba was like, all right, let's go then. And then the Khat was like, no. He's like, nah, I want to be able to prepare something. You know, I want to be able to live a life of eternity after. I don't want to shortchange myself here, right? So made a very rational decision. And so now the Ba is saying, are you not a man? At least you are alive, right? At least you're alive. So what do you gain by pondering on your life like the owner of a tomb? One who speaks to him, who passes by about his life on earth. Indeed, you are just drifting. You are not in control of yourself. And any rogue could say, I shall guide you. You are in effect dead, although your name still lives. The beyond is the place of rest, the desire of the heart, right? The desire of the heart to be in Hatep, peace, contentment, to be at rest, right? That's the mer of the Eve, right? Everyone wants that. So people find peace in the battle. But here the Ba is directly speaking and saying that you are in effect, you're in effect dead, although your name still lives, right? What do you gain by pondering on your life? Like the owner of a tomb. At least you're alive. And so as we know, the Medu Neter is a very powerful language, very deep, spiritual language that is infinite in its ways to read and interpret and add together, because they're symbols. It's nature, so you can always combine, add, and take away, and the scribes did that, right? Just as one today would take something and be creative with it. We always did that. And that's why there's so many different variations of the Purim Haru, and everyone has their own unique one. It's like a fingerprint. And so the Medu Neter word for heart is hat or hati. The desire of the heart, the hati, the forefront of the Ebe. All right? That's what sits at the front. That's the word for heart. The West is the final landing place, but your journey has not yet reached its end. So the West, when it says the West, is what they call the Westerners. That would be the Netzerkert, right? That would be Amentet. Amentet meaning right, which is the West within the when you're in the Nile Valley. All right, so Amentet is the final landing place, but your journey has not yet reached its end. This is what the Ba is saying. Continue down the journey and find a way. Yes, even in a time when Ma'at was the primary system of the people, we still faced internal battle and challenges and did the necessary digging to heal. Today in 2025, this frequency of wanting to return back, return back from which one comes from, magnified by what is known as the matrix, right? The desire to want to leave and return back to some place that feels familiar, right? Which is what we teach in Ma'at, and in the teachings of Mary Kara. It's documented there that the Ba returns back to what it's familiar with. And so if you come from a space in a place that is pure, and you enter into a space that isn't, right? You can feel it, and imagine if you're trapped in a place you can't leave. There's only one way to leave, right? So that happens a lot. Whereas I don't feel like I'm myself. I don't feel right. I don't feel like I belong here. And this is the thought process that goes through, right? And the ba and the soul wants to return back to a place where it feels that there's peace, there's rest, there's no more fight, right? And this is the illusion that the Matrix gives, because the Matrix gives the illusion that there isn't a fight going on. So if you're fighting, you're like, why is all this happening? It should be easy. Why? You look over here, you see this person flying in a plane to the Bahamas, and they're over here, and I know this person, and we look at the illusion of the Matrix and then want to compare that to our life, and then ask why them and not me. And that's one of the fundamental reasons why I gave the class on fate and destiny, to teach that there's many variations of reasons why things take place, and for the best or the greatest of any particular thing, it's a battle, right? It's to be the best, or to be anything great. The greats of the greats always are consistent within their words of speaking about the difficulties and the sacrifice that one has to make to attain that, right? And it's a lonely walk, it's a lonely journey, and it's not meant for everyone. But it's when I put in Squid Games, stick to the team because they don't fight fair. I said that because that's fundamentally what they do, and it's not a fair fight, right? It's not a fair fight, right? And there's another thing that people call free will, that they like to think is in full effect, and it's not. They don't fight fair. I mean, ain't no free will when a thought is planted into your mind that isn't yours, and now you're taking it on as yours, and so now you're saying it's my own thought. Like I'm free to do this, and it's not. That's not free will, right? And that's the difference between Isfet and Ma'at. That's the difference between the NETERU and the Seba'u. Is one will respect your free will, what it is that you choose to decide, right? Do what you like. One side will respect, but the other side don't. And it's important that we are aware of that. So, who is the one that awakens the one in the Matrix? All right, who awakens the one in the Matrix? Who is that? Who is that right there? Why is Morpheus's name what it is? Let me show you the source of original Morpheus. And for this, I'll take you to Metamorphosis, book 11. This is Ovid, Metamorphosis. It's a writing, dates to back 8th century CE, and I've shown some writings from here before. And so let me show you where the source of this name Morpheus and this character comes from. So here we are. Metamorphosis 11. The goddess entered and brushed aside with her hands the dreams that stood in her way. Immediately, the god's dwelling was filled with the shining gleam of her bright raiment, and Sleep himself struggled to lift his eyes. Languid and heavy with slumber, again and again he fell back and his head drooped. His chin nodded against his breast. At length, however, he roused himself, and leaning on his elbow, recognized Iris and asked her why she had come. She replied, "O Sleep, in whom all things find rest. Most peaceful of the gods, you who calm the mind, put cares to fight, soothe limbs, wearied by harsh tasks, and refresh them for the toil, bid your dreams, which are indistinguishable from the real shapes they imitate. Put on the appearance of King Ceyx, and go to Alcyone in the city of Trachis, where Hercules made famous. There, let them conjure up a vision of the shipwreck, for this is Juno's command. Her mission over, Iris departed, for she could no longer bear the compelling influence of sleep. As she felt his drowsiness stealing into her limbs, she escaped and traversed once more the arched path by which she had lately come. Now, from his host of sun, 1,000 strong, the father woke up Morpheus. This is your very first attestation of Morpheus in history. The father woke up Morpheus, who was skilled in imitating human shapes. None was cleverer than he at reproducing a way of walking, an expression, the sound of a voice. In addition, he used the words and wore the clothes most typical of each person. Morpheus specialized in imitating men, whereas a second son, called Iselos by the gods and Phoebetor by mortals, used to change himself into beast or bird or lengthy serpent. A third son, Phantasos, was possessed of yet another kind of skill and assumed the deceptive appearance of earth, rock, water, trees, or anything inanimate. These were the dreams which would show themselves by night to kings and generals, while others strayed among the ranks of common folk. So the aged god passed by the rest, and from all the brothers chose Morpheus alone to carry out the commands of Thomas's daughter. Then he relaxed again in soft slumber, and his drooping head sank down into the pillow of his lofty couch. Morpheus flew through the darkness, his wings making no sound, and soon reached the Haemonian city. There he laid aside his wings and changed himself to look like Ceyx. When he had assumed the appearance of the king, pale as death, his clothing gone, he stood before the bed of the unhappy wife, Alcyone. His beard was seen dripping wet, and drops of water splashed heavily from his sodden hair. As he leaned over the bed, tears streaming down his cheeks, and said, "My poor unhappy wife, do you recognize your sex, or has death changed my appearance? Look up, and you will know me. You will find your husband's ghost in place of his true self. O Alcyone, your prayers for me were of no avail. I am dead. Indulge no false hopes of my return." A south wind blowing from a heavy sky with clouds overtook our ship in the Aegean and flung it about with tempestuous buffetings, till the vessel was wrecked and the waves washed over my lips as they vainly called your name. No unreliable messenger brings you this news, nor do you glean it from vague rumors. I myself, who suffered shipwreck am here to tell you of my fate. Come, rise up, shed tears for me, and put on mourning garb. Do not send me unwept into the void of Tartarus. As he spoke, Morpheus seemed to Alcyone to be weeping real tears. Moreover, she could easily believe that the voice was that of her husband. And he has Ceyx's gestures too. She moaned and began to cry in her sleep, raising her arms and trying to touch his body. And so here is Morphe, image of Morpheus, who is able to transform self, enter into the dreams of one to begin to communicate. All right. And this is in the Louvre Museum here. So this is your oldest record of and your origin of Morpheus, and why he becomes the one to begin to wake one up within the dream world, in a world that seems real, to where the tears seem real, the voice seems real, but it isn't. If my Ba, my stubborn brother, will listen to me, and if his desire is in full accord with me, he will flourish. For I shall cause him to reach the west, like one who is in his pyramid, which stands above his grave in the sight of descendants. I shall build a shelter over your corpse, that you may be the envy of any other Ba who is exhausted. I shall build a shelter which one will be perfectly cool, that you may be the envy of any other Ba who is too hot. I shall drink water at the pool and gather provisions, that you may be the envy of any other Ba who is hungry. All right, this is the man speaking to his Ba. But if you compel me to death in this way, you will not find a place whereon to rest in the west. Let your heart be calm, my Ba, my brother, until I have an heir who will make an offering and officiate at my tomb on the day of burial and complete my resting place in the NETERU. Let your heart be calm. Again, heart is hat or hati. Hat or hati, heart, which is your will, your desire, courage, strength, bravery, right? This is all associated with the hati, with the heart that resides within you. And so within this word, you see the forepart of a lion here. You see the lion and you see the container for the Ebe. So yes, within Ma'at, we are taught to know that within self, right, within the heart, within the hati, that it is how you spell that word is with the forepart of a lion. That's how you spell the word heart, is the forepart of a lion. Right? Which of course then is courage. And so what's another word for lion? Kin. Kin. You see lion here, you see the kin, and you see the nu bow. So kin, nu, or kin. All right, a designation of a lion. So here's a new Medu word for everyone for the word lion, which is kin. So what else does kin mean? to beat, to fight, to damage, to injure. All right, kenu, same word here, same glyphs. You see the little arm, extended arm with the stick here. So yes, the lion creates the same word to fight, to damage, to injure. All right, which then of course is kinet, power, strength, bravery, might, valor, victory, vigor. All frequencies of the lion, right? Which is what you are, and that you have within you as a hati. Right? And so just as much as it is important to know the calmness that comes with relaxation, there's another form of calmness as well, right? That I'm going to teach and bring forward as well, and the source of that. So yes, kenu or kin, the designation of a lion, which is what your heart is. Your heart is the lion. Is how you spell heart. Which is your power, right? Your might, your victory, right? Ma'akuru. Become true of voice, victorious, justified, right? And that is what we were all about in Ma'at. And again, this is just something that has been lost today, to where there's no fight. There's no fight. The fight has been rigged, of course. But the actual fight has been removed from people because they do not know that it exists within them, or that they're even supposed to be doing that, right? Surpass limitations. Recognize you are on a battlefield. Don't get caught sleeping. we back. Hold on, let me see something. Let's see. They let me come back. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna create the second stream, and I'm still gonna do that. Really quick, just to again make sure this remains. At least they let me back up. Yeah, fair use, YouTube, fair use. These videos I got from YouTube. So somehow channels can have these videos on there, but I can't show them. Fair use, fair use. All right, let me add this really quick, and then we'll get right back into it. Keep the momentum flowing and going. All right, there we go. Got the rumble. And let's bring the presentation back up. All right. So yes, you see Neo practicing and training with Morpheus and learning how to fight, because that's what we have to do, right? When because it's a battle. There is no just sitting around relaxing, not doing anything, thinking it's all just easy and good. There's going to be challenges that we have to advance past and evolve beyond, especially for specific people, right? It's not for everyone, but for specific people. Yes, there's training involved, and it's a lifetime thing. So what are your fears? Fear, Middle English. Calamity, sudden danger, peril, sudden attack. Old Norse, harm, distress, deception, which according to Watkins from pi per, a lengthened form of the verbal root per, to try or to take a risk, which is exactly all it is, right? Because anytime you reach the other side of your fear, you learn that all it took was this, whether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times before you successfully achieved it. But the purpose and the point is to continue to try to get back up, right? There is no failure just because you may not succeed at the thing, especially your first time going at it. You do it again and you do it again. You keep getting back up, right? You keep standing back up like that lion, like the hati that resides within you, that's beating in your chest like a drum. The time has shown itself. Turn around, face your fears, and obtain the power over that which has power over you. And so what does it mean? To appear, right? To rise up, to birth something, right? The result of something, to go out, to move. Per, the same as the root word for fear. To go out, take the risk, challenge yourself, try again and again and again and again. Let me introduce you to a warrior of Ma'at, who was the royal fan bearer of the Nesu, of the king. So here is a great warrior of Ma'at that I don't know if you can find, you know, any teachings on this warrior as being an actual warrior. All right, so here you go for everyone. And who is this? Who is this great Pa'u? Who's this great Pa? This great ancestor? And here's his Ren. Right here is his title. And then here's his Ren. All right, this is from his Perm Haru. Right here. You see him in Dua, standing. And you see him here with the stick in the mouth of the serpent and another that's holding his body. See here. With his foot on the tail in a very calm position of control and power over the Isfet, or the evil serpent here, right? Which is a representation of anything that can do damage or harm to you, or can take away your immortality. What is his name? His name is Mai, which is the word for lion. He is the lion. That's his name. Ma'i or Me'i. As you see here. The first word for his name is Mehi, which is the lion. Yes, his name itself means the lion. But wait, that's only the first part. That's only the first part. All right, we see the lion here, but we see something else here. What does this mean? We see Mehi, and then here's the Heru face. And then this is just the line, Gardner code Z1, just to show the it being a literal. And then here's a P, a Pa, and here's a Ra, E. So what else is his name? We have lion, and then we have Hor, and then we have Peri, right? Taking you back to Per, fear, risk, to go out. Per is also the word for battlefield or arena. We always understood this for here now and for the NETERU. But to prepare for the NETERU, we must do what we need to do now and train, practice. Mehi Hor Pere, the lion of the battlefield. Very powerful brother. Dua Hinu to the great Pot, the great ancestor Mehi Pere, for the works that he did in and you can do more research on him if you look up KV36. Very powerful, beautiful things in there. And I do a lot of teachings on him as I'm working on translating his Per Imheru. The very first chapter of the Per Imheru is about the fight. So when you first open up the Per Imheru, chapter 1, page 1, chapter 1, what is taking place in the Per Imheru in chapter 1? It's a fight, right? How the NETERU fight for you, but are you willing to fight for yourself? Kema Paheti. Proven valor. And you see the double lion head here, and Paheh or Paheti is also, you'll see it as the rear end of the lion. So the lion is utilized within the Medu to represent valor, bravery, power, strength, and the heart. Courage, might, right? And this is a description of Heru Behutet, right? The great warrior, the great winged disc, the great avenger. So one cannot expect another to fight for them if you're not willing to fight for yourself. And that's the beautiful thing about the battle, is where there's one person alone, there's another alone as well, and fighting the same fight. So that then, by default, puts you together. And so when you get a being who is able to stand on their own and to heal self, to protect self, and then you enter into a group where others are also doing that, now you can watch each other, you can assist each other, you can build each other, you can raise each other up, right? You're not by yourself. You have others with and around you. Stick to the team because they don't fight fair. In a space of the unknown, where fear tends to hide, it is the responsibility of self to be accountable, to overcome all obstacles that hold you down, which then creates the word depressed. To overcome all the obstacles that hold you down and prevent you from reaching the heights of your vision. Each door one walks through is an opportunity for challenge to become your staff, that which you wield, that which you have power and control over, that which you're able to utilize at your mer. Taking the challenges that present themselves to you as an opportunity and not as a hindrance shifts the frequency of the mind, shifts the frequency of the hati, and now becomes the challenge for you to overcome. And once you do that, the limitation that was once prior is broken. And then there's another, and you continue to Kepara and collect your staffs. Something wielded that you have power over. And so, as I stated within the first chapter of the Per Imheru, we will see this take place. Okay, so I'm going to share my translation of chapter 1 of Mehi Pare with you all. This is something that I'm working on, putting a lot of time, aku, energy, love into. So I'm sharing this for you all as a gift, but please do not share or take any screenshots or share this out. Leave this here within this session. So here we are. Chapter 1. The chapter of entering the portal of heaven towards the tribunal of Asar on the day of burial entry, following procession. Words spoken by fan bearer, which is Tai or Ta, and Ku. Ku, which is a word for fan. It's a Ku. Fan bearer, Mehi Pare, as you see here. Ka, Amentet, bowl of Amentet, says Tahuti, the king of eternity is with me. I am the netter concerning protection of the boat. Protection of the boat, in Gestepet. The boat, which is your consciousness. All right? As you're traveling through the Neter Kurt, through Amentet, it is Tahuti who's at the forefront of that boat as the netter concerning protection. I have fought for you. Aha ihor ka. I have fought for you. I am one of those NETERU, the light judges, the cha-cha, who justify victory, who sma'akaru, who makes one justified, Asar, against his enemies, on the day of Ucha-Medu, of weighing words, of judgment. I am your people, Asar. I am one of those children of Nut, slayers of the enemies of Asar, repeller of the Seba'u fiends, upon him. I am your people, Heru. I have fought for you. Aha-na-i Horka. I have fought for you. I have sent out in your name. I am Jehuti, who justifies victory. Hor against his enemies on the day, that of Ucha-Medu, within the Hut, within the temple of the great Imit Inu, the officials of the great within Inu. I am the Djedi Neter, the Djed. I am the Djed Neter, son of Djed. I was conceived in Djedu. So I am Djed, from Djed, conceived in Djed. Strong, firm. I was birthed in Djed. I was with the mourning women of Asar, the lamenting ones of Asar in the double banks of the two wise women. Tua Saba Tahuti for this teaching. When I asked about the Idubui Reketi and the lamenting ones and the double bank, the Reketi, right? The double banks of the two wise women. So Tua Saba for that translation. Justify victory, Asar against his enemies. Vocalized Ra. To Jehuti. Justify victory, Asar against his enemies. I was with Heru on the day of clothing the dismembered, of opening the caverns, of washing the weariness of heart. The secretive ones, of the entrance of the secrets in Rasta'u. I was with Heru upon saving the shoulder, the Kach, that left of Asar in Sekhem. I go out and enter from the consuming flame. On the day of driving away the Seba'u fiends in Sekhem. And here in Mehi Pare is actually spelled Kesim. So it can be Kesim or Sekhem. And you only will know that because you're here in this session and I read the papyrus itself and transliterate it directly from the papyrus, one by one by one. I was with Heru on the day of performing the festivals with Asar and of creating the great offerings of Ra on the 6th and 7th day festivals in Inu. I am the purified priest in Djedu, he who raises up the one who is in the hill, I am the prophet, the NETERU of Abdu on the day of raising the land. I am who sees the secrets in Rastau. I am who reads the festival book of the Ba Soul in the Jedu. I am the Sim priest in his works. All right, and for those of the Kuru who come to the Ma'at fundamental classes, you learn that Sim, when you double it, Sim, which means to give praise. All right, the Sim priest in his works. I am the great director, the Or Kerp Hemut. Also a title given to the craftsman, right? The craftsman of PTAH. I am the great director of craftsmen on the day of placing the Hinu Neter on the sled. I am who takes up the farming hoe on the day of hacking up the lands in Hinenesut. Oh, those who draw in the souls. Excellent. Menku in the house of Asar. Draw this Ba close with you to the house of Asar. He sees as you see. He hears as you hear. He stands as you stand. He sits as you sit. For now, the roads to the Ba souls with you. He enters enraged, and he comes forth in peace in the house of Asar. He is not repulsed nor turned away. He enters praised, and he comes forth Meru. His voice is true. Creation is his command in the house of Asar. Travels belong to Mehi Pere, the lion of the battlefield. True of voice, great. Not has been found in him faults. The scales have been emptied of his trial. And we're gonna skip past that so they don't take me down. But that is when Neo unlocks his ability to have control within the matrix. So again, depress here, put down by force, to conquer, a sense now obsolete. So the originally was just to push down by force, to conquer something. From D, down, to press, to cover, to crowd, to compress. From pi root, what's that word? Per, to strike. Meaning push down physically, press or move downward, is from early 15th century. That of deject, make gloomy, lower in feeling, is from the 1620s. So it isn't until later where this word becomes a thing that is, when you say this word today, how people translate that within their minds, which is lower in feeling, depress. But the original was from per, meaning to strike. And as a per, right? As in Mehi Pere, on the battlefield, that is where one becomes what? A hero, a per-ah. A hero or a champion, per-ah. Literally the one who stretches out his arm to fight. Per-ah, to be courageous, valiant, to be violent, to be active. Per-ah-ib, valiant, courageous, enterprising, heroic, hero. So of course this per-ah, meaning hero, of course is the per-ah, creates the per-ia, which is the pharaoh, which per-ri is also a word for the bull, the great bull is how you say per. Per is bull, which is the par-ia, the pharaoh. Which par-ia is also the word that's used for any person who's within the royal temple, right? Within the within the royalty, the household, the space that's held, you are also a part EA. And I can show that in the writings, all the way back to what they call the 4th, 5th dynasty, 6th dynasty, of anyone who's within the per of royalty. When you're within that, you are that. So you are also a per A. You are also a part EA. And we always taught that, right? The per is where you overcome, right? And it's a very powerful word that creates a lot of English words that we use today. So again, just attaining power over this word depression, and understanding that the actual pressing and the down force is the conquering of oneself, right? As a per A. Back to a man who is having a debate with his ba, and this is how it concludes. What my ba said to me, what did my ba say? Lay your complaining aside, my companion and my brother. Make offerings on the altar and struggle for your life, just as you have declared. Love me here and now, and forget about Amentet. Continue indeed in your desire to reach Amentet, but only when your body is buried in the earth. I shall alight after you have become weary, and we shall make our dwelling place together. Love yourself here and now. Kin, a designation of a lion, which is also kin, to finish or to complete, to bring to an end, to accomplish, to seize, and to eliminate. Which then also brings about a first quality in something fresh and new for you to experience and for you to have the power, the sekem, over. Be the lion. Recognize that you are the hati, and that your heart is one rooted within bravery and courageousness, and that any construct that is placed in or around you to press you down isn't strong enough to keep you there, and you rise up and you purr. Dua, Ankh Sir, Tua for your attention, Tua for your support, Tua for your time. And we are now at a kin, a completion. We are now at the end to bring forth a new energy of conscious light, of healing, of courageousness, of bravery, power, as Mahi Hor Pare demonstrates within his writings, as the Puramaru teaches that the NETERU do for us, we must do for self so that we can also do for each other. Ankh Usir, Hotep Ma'at.
Otep, great brothers. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Where my sound bite at?
Forget that we the real champions around here.
That was great work, Ani. I love it, great brother. That was phenomenal. I want to give you your supreme adoration for that, because the synchronicity with that is of such that I definitely relate to that subject matter. As I've stated and many times before, I work on a daily basis in that environment with mental health, as they now call it. So this was great, a great synchronicity. And just to point out to the great people, Ani texted me yesterday. I'm not that great with checking my phone and being tied down or to the phone. I use the technology for a particular reason, but he texted me and I text him back, and I text him back those same words, like we was giving each other adoration. I had no idea that the title of his class was going to be that, Keep On Moving, the champions. We are the real champ. I had no idea. So yeah, we're definitely in alignment with that. And this was great, man. I love how you went into the definitions. And by the way, people, that translation of the Mahi Pari is that's gonna be historical once it's complete. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And the world, it's gonna be great, brother. So tua for that. Hinu to you for that great work that you're doing with that translation. So I want to commend you on that. I also want to just give you your adoration for this subject matter, and touch on the importance of being accountable. We have to be accountable to ourselves when we look in the mirror. This is why I always say it's ma'at or not. You can't really fake it, because there's so many forces and things that are out there working against us, that we have to you have to align with a particular frequency, and that frequency should definitely be ma'at. And to be courageous, I'm definitely a defender of ma'at. And those symbols that you showed of the lion, I usually have some type of lion, Sekhmet, mighty NETERU in my background. This is just a picture of my presentation from last week, but normally it's Sekhmet. So tua for that, great brother. I love the creativity of the how you're doing it, the different things that you're trying. So tua for that, and tua to everyone for being patient. I don't know if you were experiencing the same thing I was. I tried to come on a couple times because I thought something was wrong with the stream, which something did happen with the stream. So tua for continuing and preparing for that. I'm pretty sure you was ready, because when it came on, I was like, okay, here we go. So yeah, this was great, man. I love your presentations, brother. Tua for the tones, of course. I love the spoken word, and yeah, it was great. I'm definitely, I had a lot going on as I was in the class here, taking care of some things as well, the family, the perk. But this was great. I also I want to say too, also, I just want to comment on your story. Thank you for sharing some of your personal journey with the ISFET, and just your personal journey and enlightenment. I lost my book of poetry. Let me just tell you guys how I felt. I was depressed when I lost and I lost it twice. I lost it twice, and I haven't been able to. Mine ain't coming back. Mine ain't gonna find me. I lost mine. It's gone. But the feeling that I had was just, it was despair. The first time I lost it, I think I was 16. So from about the time I could write until 16, it was a big book that I had with me, and it was very dear to me. Very, very, very dear to me. Just my thoughts, my poetry, you know, my book of rhymes. And then it stunted me for a while. I couldn't get over it. I struggled to get over it for quite some time, years actually. And then when I finally did, I began to compile another one, you know, writing, because I had just stopped writing completely, period. And then I got back into it. I was inspired once again by some brothers I was with, and I got back into it. And I had, you know, created another body of work, and then that too was lost some years later, beyond my control, you know. So, and I'm still recovering from that, and that was 20 years ago, easily. It was more than 20 years ago. So the type of, you know, just writing in general, it was a process for me. So I definitely understand the feelings that you had when you lost that. I didn't have children at the time when I did lose my book of poetry, but it was like a piece of me was gone, and I couldn't get it back. You know, the beautiful thing about that is that now I have my art, and you know, I'm definitely scribing now, and this digital scribing that we're doing here, as I unlearn and relearn and begin to take accountability and understand how this matrix works, is you know, it's a frequency, brother. So Hotep and Henu to you for creating this frequency for us to stand next to and to acknowledge. You know, my journey began not too long ago, not as long as yours, as far as, you know, getting back to the roots and the origins of things. But it's a personal, you know, it's your race, your pace. So, you know, I'm here now, and I'm here with you, great brother. So to up for this great body of work. I know we had a lot of technical difficulties. So again, I just want to give a Henu and a shout out to the people in the chat and everyone that did give their attention and that does give their attention consistently, and those of you that support us. You know, I wanna just celebrate you, and along with my great brother Ani, because it's always a phenomenal body of work, and I'm kind of I have to look at it in a good way, right? The fact that we got shut down right now just lets me know that we're on the right path, because you could tell all the lies you want, you could argue, and ISFET, we could be, you know, arguing with each other right now, and the stream would stay on, you know, and then it'll probably get into more people's algorithm, so more people will see it, you know, how the matrix works. So Hotep Henu to you, great brother. I'll let the great brother come in and speak. This was phenomenal, and two up for you, and you know, definitely look forward to that completed work from the great brother Mahi Pare. So Hotep Henu to you, great brother.
To our great brother, I appreciate that very much. And losing that book, man, losing them writings.
You're on mute, brother. You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see.
No sound, good brother. No sound.
They can hear me, but you can't. Hold on. Let me see.
I think because Ani's not on OBS, at least not with us. But I can hear him on YouTube.
Oh,
I can hear him on YouTube though.
Oh, okay, all right. As long as the people can hear. Okay.
Yes, you can go ahead, great brother Dejed, as I try to get back in the video ninja. If you can hear me on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Let's see. Here we go. Seth, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, great brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Hotel, peace. Yo, first, that flow in the beginning of the presentation was phenomenal. That was I mean, I hope you sharing that too. I hope that just wasn't a YouTube thing. I need that on the track, man. That is man, bro. I need to, because it was pure hecka, pure fire, straight from the Eve, number one. I can definitely feel your energy within what you've expressed in those tones. And what I love about like music like that, or like spoken word like that, is that it was lengthy. Like, it was very long. So I like that, because you can zone into that and really vibe with it. And I can spend some time in those tones, and those are the things that help me out when I'm in my own creative mode, and you know what I mean, or at the gym or things like that, because that was just pure power, bro. So yeah, I just want to give you complete adorations for that, because that was pure fire, bro. So to you, great brother, for that. That was great. This presentation was great too, because yeah, man, they call it mental health. It is it can be a truly mind-bending thing, because yeah, some people are thinking that certain thoughts are theirs, and they're not. And when, like you said, when you don't see anybody, you can't physically grab something and combat it. That's easily to fall into a trance and think it's oneself, thinking that it's their own thoughts. And that's a complete, that's a different battlefield that a lot of people are completely just unaware of, or they just medicate themselves to try to block it out. What you say, vibrational transmutation? Most people just need a hug to replace the feeling of love from a need of a drug. To fill that hole inside, you'll need more than a plug. Self-love. And so when I hear stuff like that, it just remind me of, you know what I mean? Like, just to stay focused, stay focused in that. That's important, that the mental game. And that's why all my presentations for the most part have been about the mind, because it's just you in there with you, your ba, your ka, like you with the ancestors. If you don't fortify yourself and have the Pa'ut to help you, then one is only filled with whatever the matrix has to offer. So that's definitely not a crew you want to roll with, right? So it's good to be able to have a spiritual foundation to expand one's consciousness and realize that it is beyond a physical battle. you don't necessarily have to fight anyone physically. That stuff is that it's all in here, and how you maneuver. Even if you do go up against someone that is physical, it's all in here. And how you approach that individual or whatever it is, it's all starting in the mind. And if you defeat yourself mentally, you already lost the game. You already lost the match. It's a wrap, right? So this was very powerful, great brother. I appreciate you, great brother PTAH. This was definitely my favorite class you've presented. So to you, great brother. You said we can go find this that track, that spoken word on the website. That's what you said?
I don't think I said that.
Not yet. Let them. Why you cutting them off? You cut them off before you can say it, bro. Let the man know, man. We don't cut each other off here at the house.
Hey,
go on over here, bro.
Hey, man. Hey,
channel, don't do that.
Hey, man.
Speak, brother. Let the man speak.
Yeah, this Oh, were you complete, great brother?
Yeah, I was complete, bro.
Okay. All right, to our great brothers. Yeah, I appreciate that greatly, and yes, this that spoken word piece is 10 minutes long, and so you all see why now. I say the things that I'm doing now is really practicing and again just training with the weaker hand. That bag, I said, just put on a tone and see, those are and that's why I always just did live performances, because in the presence of the energy is something special, and that's why I try to give y'all as much as I can of that here online, and maybe in one of these pathways, or we'll be able to, because the first one was it was just going straight through. It was like it just push play. I didn't really get to do it how I wanted to do it, and I didn't get to perform at this last one, but yes, to for that. And yeah, that's, man, it's a powerful thing, and I'm thankful for you great brothers, and of course everyone who is within the House of Aten, who appreciates these tones, and because it's real hecka in there, like real hecka, and Tua to the Pa'ut, for the NETERU, for bringing that back to the forefront for me, because I needed to hear a lot of that again for myself, because again, this journey that we're on, as the boss spoke about, is a difficult one. So Tua to the forces, for always just having my back, and always making sure that I don't stray, and I keep myself back on a pathway that is suitable for me. And sometimes we need that extra push to awaken another part of self again, and sometimes it's you who do it for yourself, and that's just a beautiful thing. So I wanted to bring forward a different energy within this session, and it was good. So having a vision in my head of what I wanted to do, there's a technical stuff that can, that can definitely throw that off if you let it. But again, it's just staying focused and not panicking. Why my mic ain't working? What's happening? And just figuring it out. Because all that time when it was just silence I'm sitting there trying to figure out why my mic ain't working after doing the performance. And but yeah, this was a very personal topic to me, and this was the source energy that woke me up. This was the source energy that I was walking with, very, very much aware in the early stages, before I knew what I was really up against. Now that we come into these studies and learning under Saba Tahuti and being able to read the ancient writings and see how far back this stuff goes and how ancient this is. So for now, to be able to take that and all of what I've learned from that time, it's just I'm just thankful, and we'll see what's next. But I wanted to bring forward some fire for everyone, and usually the sessions are real smooth and calm, and I just wanted to showcase another side of that, because if you look up the etymology of the word calm, it actually goes back to klein, which is a Greek word, which means heat from the sun. And that's the root of where calm is, and it's a powerful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So dua, great brothers, for all that you do, and I always, like I said, I always put you all in these sessions, and y'all are just a powerful inspiration for me, and I just hope that I can also provide that, and we can do some powerful things and really gain back our rightful position and place within on this planet by doing what we do. So MDWNTR.MEDIA Seer got the A10 with me. Everybody can look at themselves. But yes, to our great brothers. And to everyone in the chat as well, for all of the love. And I don't look at the chat when I'm teaching or performing or anything like that. I go back and look at it afterwards, so I don't get distracted. But to everyone for the support as well. Link is pinned to the top. I appreciate everyone who supports this and all of what goes into this as well. And I'm gonna show that dua, give that dua to everyone who gave dua. But yeah, to our great brother Dejed for those powerful words, and yeah, you picked it up. To fill that hole, so it's a beautiful thing, especially knowing Ucha, the word for healing, is to be whole. So I just love the Medu. I love the great ancestors. I love what they did, how creative they were, how strong they were, how much of warriors they were. They were fighters, and while at the same time kind. And that's that's what we're reestablishing back here. And eliminating that false lie that that isn't the strongest. That's not where strength is. That Marie isn't where strength actually roots in. And there ain't no real chance, you know, if for the opposition, when we are in alignment, when we're locked arms, when we're focused, and you know, so that's part of the vision. But also, as the boss said in the writing, to worry about right here and right now, and to keep moving forward, keep the head down, and look at directly what's right in front of us, one step at a time, leading with the left, the hati, the ib, and to keep on moving with those bull horns forward, and keep pushing, pressing down on that which oppresses Ma'at and Marie and purity and all the things that we revere as sacred. And to be able to give the youth, the children, a chance for something amazing, which is freedom of the mind outside of this matrix. So yeah, out to Jed Usir, great brothers, and two out to everyone again for supporting, and I'll show that support here in just a few moments.
Nini, a great brother. Yeah, 2 out for that, for the children, because it's definitely definitely affecting them big time, man. And it's sad to see, sad to witness it. Definitely causes me to think differently as far as the way I take care of my family and my own children, you know, because where I'm at, where I work at, let's say if it's my side of the facility is probably about, at any given time, 60 people. Maybe 50 of them are children, adolescents, like, and the schizophrenia, everything that you talked about, the statistics, the schizophrenia, the bipolar, is really sad. It really, really, really is. And the thing about it is that, you know, growing up, I was easily, I could have easily been a victim of that mindset. I don't know what or who saved me, the NETERU. I don't know how I got here, but I'm here, and it's a beautiful thing. So, you know, I encourage everyone to, as he said, take accountability, man. When you look in the mirror and, you know, realize the things that are holding you back, you know, be honest with yourself and align yourself with the, you know, with the frequency of truth and love and Mary and, you know, Tua, you know, hopefully, you know, we can unite against this fight, unite together against this fight of Isfet, man, you know, because, yeah, you brothers inspire me as well. So it's a constant fight that we're in to take care of our family. I know all of you guys. I know everyone knows. I know I'm not just speaking to, you know, what they say, speaking to the choir. I know all of you that are here, because that's the reason why all of you are here consistently, you know, because you all understand this fight that we're in up against Isfet. And if you saw what I saw I work 3 days a week, in that chaos, it's really, really, really sad. It really is. And this definitely lets me know that I'm definitely on the right path, and you know, keep on moving. Nefer Tatton said, put the link in the chat. So yeah, Ani, this was great, man. I really appreciate this great body of work that you just brought forth, and I definitely look forward to Scribal session number 17. I know we gotta just be present here and now, but you know, we continuing to build brick by brick, you know. So I'm definitely always looking ahead, and definitely inspired by your teachings, by your motivation, by your example. So yeah, the frequency of my eye.
Yes, to our great brother. Okay, let me put this link in the chat for NETERU. There you go. All right, so as we wait on her to hit the link, let me share the screen here and go through the support. And we'll start with the great brother Fix, who sends in 666. Hush Nation, Tua Per Im Aten, Hotep Kin, Dua Sakem. Hotep Kin, Dua Sakem. Tua to you, great brother. Appreciate your consistency as always, and for your the tones that you also work on as well, great brother. Keep doing that. Keep writing. Keep recording. Don't let the matrix stop you from that. So Tua for supporting, as you always do. Hinu to you, for the great Hush Nation. And next we have Ampu Ma'at Heka, who sends in $5 for fire, fire, fire. Hotep Ampu, Tua to you, great brother. Appreciate your support. Uncle Jasaneb, hope you are well and strong, great brother. And yeah, Tua for the support. And here we have Nukpu, who sends in 333. Hotep Orsin, Neter Ani, Uncle Jasaneb, Makuru, Dua, Owl, Ma'at, and the Owl or Ma. Dua, Ma'akuru. To you, great brother. Appreciate you and your consistency as well, and for supporting the great Saba in the pod class the way that you do, and always keeping the Medu tones flowing, great brother. Hinu. All right, next we have the wonderful Angela Gates, who is Queen Before You Won. $15 for Hotep Aout. Hotep Angela, appreciate you, great sister. Again, one of the if not the most consistent sister from long spanning, along with Minty Hotep and the wonderful sisters of the House of Aten definitely display consistency and discipline. So Tua for that and for supporting this class here. Uncle Jasaneb. Amun and Amunet, who send in $10 for Hotep Tua for your class and consistency, or send Patah. Uncle Jasaneb, Amun and Amunet. Tua for supporting every week and for the things that you also do and for the House of Aten, my adoration and the social media scheduling. Tua very much, and I appreciate you for appreciating the class. And next we have Robert E. Williams Jr., who said, I did see where Robert Williams said, Mehi Pare looks like his cousin. He said, look like my cousin Ed. Who sends in 3333 for We Can't Be Stopped, Tua Orsin, with the Kepara Sa NETERU. Wonderful, absolutely. We cannot be stopped, especially when we know who we are and what we're capable of. and what we're a part of. So dua to you for this haku here. I appreciate that greatly. Great Robert Williams, tua very much. And that is the Meru of the House of Aten for this particular class. Just I haven't refreshed, but this is what I had at the time. So tua, and I'll recheck again to see. Okay, yes, this is all of it. So let's give the Meru a round of applause.
Forget that we the real champions around here.
Better keep teaching like this. You
tua very much. And Nefertatan, I'm gonna put you in Menku's spot right here, so that way we can just stay on this screen. All right, mic check.
Mic check, mic check. Can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, wonderful. Actually, I just did a quick little note of something I want to share, so I'll come forward with that first. Greatest flex is strong without the flex, simply the best without trying. For we are Ma'at, no denying the living lion. Every moment is ours for triumph. So tua for that greatness, and just tua for just that Nefer mirror of really what we truly are. And I love that you recently just put out there calmness, and the root of that having to do with heat. Definitely gonna take that for my own healing, but as well, even amidst technical difficulties, you've given us all a new definition of strength, right? Your presentation is exactly like the great Mahi Pare. You know, you had technical difficulties, but you put the spear in Isfet's mouth, stepping on its tail, and just based on how you carry yourself and your demeanor, Annie, like you couldn't tell anything was wrong. It was smooth as ever. So tua for that, and tua for allowing us to expand, and just even the small portions of the matrix that you brought in. This teaching was more than a teaching. You gave us therapy, you gave us strength, you gave us teachings, and it's truly a full body of work. So dua for you in your growth as a deliverer of a divine message. You know, that's so important. And there was another thing I wanted to share as well. Yes, and speaking of the matrix, when you began to touch on the E and the heart, it really shows us that having aggravation is a distraction to Hotep. And I'll say this here, it might be the first time anyone says this, but everybody knows the matrix, right? The red pill, the blue pill, but watch that clip again. Because really what it's about is not the red pill or the blue pill, it's about Hotep, it's about the table that those pills are put on. It's about the table and having that peace and having that soundness that is what transcends duality ultimately. So just tua for so much of that, and tua for the brothers as well, raising you high. And this is what we have to do. We have to raise each other high. It's Muhammad Ali. He says, I'm the greatest and I knew it even before I thought I was. And that's ultimately what we are and need to be. So Hotep, and I'm complete.
I had to give you adoration, sister, for them bars real quick, for them Nefer tones, so tua for that.
Nini, thank you.
She came through with it.
Yes, Hotep. Yeah, y'all should have. Yeah, when me and Saket are together, we'll put on some tones in the car and freestyle. Yeah, she definitely has bars for sure. But Tua, for that, very powerful words. I really appreciate your observation on that, and also pointing out, the scenes of the Matrix and how I put them there to give a different perspective outside of just what the movie is showing. And I showed the invisible side as far as the conscious entity side, and how that really is what plays into that, and being a battery, and to give just another perspective. So if one really listens to what I was teaching and saying and guiding into these scenes, it should bring a different perspective from that scene than prior. So Tua for pointing that out, and yeah, for your tones, for coming up here and letting me hear those, and letting everyone else hear as well. So Uncle Jasaneb, to you for that. Tua very much.
Niniak, Tua.
All right. All right, wonderful. My energy is replenished for the fight. Yes, that is the goal. So, dua. All right, so we are complete, and so we'll go around the panel and close out. Nefertatan, will let you close out first, and then the Jed, and then I'll close out, and we'll let Atef take us to the purr.
Atef, and peace, everyone. What parting message I really want to leave everyone with and engrave in our eaves and in our consciousness is to always remember the feeling of victory. The world will surround us with losses and defeats, but it's, the memory of victory that is everything. And even if there's challenges in seeing what is my win today, what is my victory, our wins and our victory, even if we don't necessarily accomplish a goal, is just the memory of Ma'at in itself. In those moments of trial, look to our ancestors and the victory that they have to be composed with the Apeps and the Fiends, and never in stress and never in duress. So just remember our victory, and like this presentation, presentation, we will be replenished and refreshed. So what's that?
Peace. Hotep, peace and love. Once again, Ani, this was fire, great brother Patah. Definitely, I see styles, man. Everybody's styles, we switching. Everybody's creativity is evolving and maturing, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm loving everything that is being brought to the table here at the House of Aten. It's just an effort thing to be a part of, to be part of this, and to have this the camaraderie, the love for everybody, and just it is uplifting, and I appreciate all the consistency you great brothers always give. And to the chat, to all the supporters. I feel like we got the best chat, man. That chat is just so uplifting, man. Either here or during the pod class. I just feel like it's just a never thing, man, and it's just good energy, laughter. You know what I mean? No isfet, and it's just a beautiful thing. So to you, Ani, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the wonderful performance in the beginning once again. I'm grateful to have you great brothers in my life. So to you all, may Ra grant you and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at, and may you all rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rises and shines forevermore, Ma'at. I am the Jet Sajim Ma'at Him Pauku, favored by the NETERU, Uncle Justin Eb, Hotep Henu, Neferu Pesh.
Ankh Jet Usir, everyone, Tu'a for your attention, Tu'a for your support. Without your attention, this does not exist. So Tu'a for your observation, Tu'a for your dedication, and for your consistencies in the things that you want to be. So Tu'a very much, everyone, for your walks, sending everyone Dua, Mary, Hotep, Sakim, in your daily walk, as we are within this battlefield of the matrix, and learning how to maneuver through it, so we can come out on the other side stronger and more in control. Dua to the great Saba Tahuti for being our Saba in leading this organization of Ma'at and reestablishing the ancient writings back on the planet at the forefront. And for all of the unseen works as well. Tu'a to his A'ut, Tu'a to you Nefertatan Seket, for all the support that you give me as well. And Dua to the Pa'ut, to the great ancestors, just for sticking close and being patient. Dua to patience. And with that, I will conclude with the Medu. Sakim M Arit Marer Ka'a Simu Hatu NETERU Pert Ent Hetep. I obtain the power to do what pleases my Ka. May the hearts of the NETERU lead me. I come forth in peace. Dua.
Hotep, peace and love. This was a great class. I need Tu'a for this presentation. Phenomenal presentation, great body of work. Definitely look forward to it reaching the people that it needs to reach, particularly the youth and those that are looking for this frequency, even if they're not aware of it. So Tu'a to you, great brother. Tu'a to our great master teacher, Saba Tahuti, Amen Hotep Ra, and new to you. And the whole house of Aten, the whole Per, Henu to the great brother Minku Ra Mary Ma'at. Great brother, may you be safe out there. Hotep Henu to you. Hotep Henu to the great brother the Jed, Sajim Ma'a Him T, Paut, Ku, and his Aut, and his Nefer mate and wonderful family, and all the great sisters and brothers, the moderators. Tu'a for the great work that you do in keeping this movement alive and what we're doing advancing. And they forget that we the real champions around here. So to to that energy as well. It's a great soundbite. It's a great class. Hotep Henu to the mighty NETERU. All the Neter. Hotep Henu. And with that, we'll end as we began with our Nefer affirmation. If my Ba, my stubborn brother, will listen to me, and if his desire is in full accord with me, he will flourish. For I shall cause him to reach the west, like one who is in his Aku, which stands above his grave in the sight of his descendants. I shall build a shelter over your corpse, that you may be the envy of any other Ba who is exhausted. I shall build a shelter, one which will be perfectly cool, that you may be the envy of any other Ba who is too hot. I shall drink water at the pool and gather provision, that you may be the envy of any other Ba who is hungry. But if you compel me to death in this way, you will not find a place whereon to rest in the west. Let your heart be calm, my Ba, my brother, until I have an heir who will make offerings and officiate at my tomb on the day of burial and complete my resting place in the necropolis. Unki Ma'at, Un-Ns, Nintet or Set Ma'at, Min Hepapet Ma'at, Per in Hukui, Per Ikut. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light.
Forget that we the real champions around.
Come join us, House of Aten, Ancient Tahuti and Teachings of NETERU. Back to the source, we the original Axemen.
Yo, let's go.
Shed. Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed. Eating alkaline at this time, fasting rezo shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, fear had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of state's effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed.